Hi, right, now, I promised you guys a while ago that I would do something for complete beginners to crochet, and so this is kind of right at the very beginning. This is before you start crocheting. These are things that you need to look out for, and I wanted to talk about hooks and the other things that you'll need along your journey. You don't necessarily need them all right away, but these are things that I have gathered over the years that I've crocheted, and also last year I was in an unfortunate position where I lost most of my stuff for a long time. I mean, I have managed to get it back now, and so some of these were gifted, and some of the stuff that I was gifted, I've gifted on to new people as well, or to people who were in the same situation. But I would like to, you know, get to know you, get you to know crochet and crochet terms and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a series of videos, and come along for the ride. So I wanted to start off by talking about the tools that you'll need, the tools of the trade, so to speak. There's no denying that you're going to need yarn. Now, I love Starcraft yarn. Starcraft is great. It's cheap as far as yarns go. It's a good starter yarn. But saying that, you know, you can get yarn from Poundland, or whatever it's called, Pound World, Poundland, and it's just as good. When I first started, the balls of yarn that I was using were like 50p a ball. I was getting old jumpers from charity shops and deconstructing them. And this is all viable options, upcycling, everything. Don't be afraid to use what you have to hand, you know. Just go with it, it's fun. Right, let's talk about tools. First and foremost, I want to introduce you to my snips. These are very handy. You don't need this pair. You will need scissors or snips of some sort, small ones. These ones I like to use because I have spazzy hands, and these I can use pretty easy. I own 4 pairs of these. This is my newest pair. I would not show you my older pairs because they are grim. From years of use. They're very sharp. I can stab stuff with them because the tip is micro. It's a micro tip shot, so they are. I can get into small bits. They're super sharp, super durable, and I mean, my oldest pair's about 10 years old now. So yeah, they're amazing. They're Fiskars on sale, and they cost me about £12 on Amazon. I do highly recommend them, and they're great because of the ambidextrous work that I do. I don't need to worry about, you know, left hand, right hand. I can just use my left hand with them because I am left-handed, and it's really difficult to find a pair of snips just for left hands. So yeah, those Fiskars, absolutely brilliant. Now let's talk about hooks. So you can pick up a hook as cheap as, I think it's like £2 for a set of 20 or something on eBay, and they come from China. Actually, it might be about £4 now. They come from China, and they come in a little pouch, purple pouch or whatever, and they're a good starter set. They're not a bad starter set. If you struggle with your hands, then you might want something with more of a grip. Now these are from Hobbycraft, and I think these are about £2 to £4 a hook. They're smooth, they're nice, they're not, there's nothing special about them bar the fact they have a hook. Now my problem with them is the hook is set back, so I find myself holding the hook a bit weird for my hands, but that's it. I mean, that hook is years old. It's done its job. It did its job when I needed it, and that was when I bought that, when I was figuring out what I needed for my hands. Now You can get plastic hooks. This is a Clover and More, but this is one of the bigger ones they do. These in the smaller sizes, they come in metal. They are absolutely fantastic. As I said last year, I was in a particularly bad place, and I was in a very lucky position where a lady gifted me a set of these, and they're amazing. I use them all the time. I genuinely do. I love them. But like I said, the bigger hooks, and I mean, hooks come in all sizes. These ones I bought as a set for like, I think I paid £36 for the whole set about 6 years ago. I hate them, but they are good for the bigger sizes. They're not heavy at all. They're hollow. I don't know if you can hear, they're hollow. These ones are Knit Pro. They come in all sizes. I got them off Amazon. They're good if your hands are bad. This one, I love this set. I absolutely adore this set. I was gifted 3 of them from an American friend on the group. They're a bit grubby because I do use them a lot. They're plastic. I do find they snag a little bit more with plastic, but I really love the length of them, and I love the fact that they stick out the back of my hand, so I don't feel like I'm, you know. And also, I have really bad psoriasis, so what I find with the smaller hooks, with like the shorter hooks especially, is that they tend to sit just in that psoriasis bit, and after a while it can get painful, and it means that crocheting is a little bit painful. Now, when I first started crochet, I went from a full metal skinny hook to one of these. Now, these are Clover. They were quite expensive for me at the time, but I decided, you know what, I needed some new hooks. But I bought only a few sizes in them. I bought a size 2 all the way up to 5, I think, in the end. But I started off with like a size 4 because I know that I tend to crochet a lot of double knit, and so I went with the 2 sizes 4 and 4.5 that marry up with the yarn that I use the most. But again, with the problem with it hitting my psoriasis where I crochet, and also it was tending to dig in. So I used those for years though. I used the shit out of them until my psoriasis became too bad to actually manage. Now, when I was doing crochet properly, I was working for Rowan doing bits for their magazines and stuff, and I had seen this company called Furls, and they were around everywhere, and this lady was selling some second-hand Furls hooks, and she got 2 of them up for like 50 quid, and at the time they were £70 each, so I bought 2. I bought the 4.5 and the 5.5, yeah, from her, and the 4.5 instantly fell apart, and the 5.5 is still here, and I have never used it because the 4.5 was crap. It feels good in the hand. The length is good. The length is fine. They snag a bit. They're more they're less rounded than I like. You can get 2 types of tips on crochet hooks. You see, you can get rounded tips. I don't know if you can see. You see more on the bigger ones that it's rounded tips, and you can get ones that are just like the bar with a slit in. One's called Boys, one's called Bates. You find out what suits you, and yeah, I mean, there's lots of options for both. There's more options for the rounded ones than there is for the slit ones. I can't remember which one's which. I think the other ones are Boys. But anyway, so there's that. Those are your hooks, right? You probably find that you do need a range of hooks to match whatever yarns you are working on. Now, these little things are, oops, I'm dropping my little kitty. I dropped it off the wall the other day, and its ear broke, so I had to glue it back on. So it's there. So these little things will save your life. I have 2 boxes of these somewhere around. Now, these are stitch hooks, stitch markers, sorry. I should have a few different styles in here, but I can't seem to find them. So these ones are great. We love these ones. These ones are like £3 for a pack of 200. They're like little padlocks, and you just clip them shut. It's very rare they come undone, unless you kind of really tug at them. And they're great for holding stitches, holding the loop of your work if you need the hook for whatever reason and you need to pull away from your work. So that's great. Now, these are John James's Pebbles. These are fantastic. I've got one missing, but this green one here is specifically for your yarn needles. Darning needles are a bit thicker. Can you see? They're thicker, and they have a bigger eye hole to accommodate the yarn. You're going to need one of those. You can get ones that are shuttles that are basically just one long eye, and you can use it either end. I tend to like these metal ones. They glide nicer. The other ones are easier to thread, I'll admit, but these ones are nice. You can get the John James stuff for all kinds of things. I have in my bag of tricks, I have several different pebbles for several different things. So yeah, as you can tell, they're good, they're handy. You can buy cheap ones. I've forgotten where I got that from actually. You can buy cheap ones, you don't need to buy the pebble. You can buy them singularly, or you can buy them in packs of 2 for like 50p. They're inexpensive, but you will need one just to thread through your ends. Yeah, so I think that's basically talked through all the tools that you'll need. This was just a quick info video for those who want to get into crochet but don't know what they want. What I would say if you are starting crochet and you want to get into it is buy yourself a cheap, inexpensive hook, or like the £3 set of hooks off eBay. Buy yourself some yarn from Poundland. You've more than likely got a pair of scissors somewhere, and buy yourself a darning needle, which is like I say 50p. So that is all you need to start with, you know. Yeah, if you wanted to get into it and you don't have yarn, there are online sources. Hobby, which is HOBBII.com, and you've got woolwarehouse.co.uk. They have a discount code at the moment, which is SC23, which if you use it at checkout, I think it gives you 10% off, maybe 5% off. It gives you some off anyway, which is good. These are currently £2.19 a ball on there, I think. Yeah, you can crochet pretty much anything. You can start with very little, and it's a great hobby to get into. Please be aware that when you do start crochet, your hands will ache. You know, take lots of time. You don't need to do everything all at once. Remember to support your arms and to sit comfortably for your body. Listen to your body. If your body starts aching, you know, take a break. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and your body will kind of get used to it over time. If there's anything specific that you want or need videoing, or you know, there's a pattern that you're struggling with, then feel free to message me. I do one-to-one sessions, one-to-one lessons, more than happy to. And don't forget to check out the Facebook group. I think that's it for now. I think I've bored you enough, so just remember, have fun, and yeah, we'll hopefully see you in the future.